The movie begins when a young actress, Laura Franco, is wheeled out of a hospital. She is enduring a cancer diagnosis, which has affected her lower abdomen region. Her friend Maisie supports her during her appointments. Her boyfriend Jacob Sullivan is also there. But he gripes and complains that he has been constrained by the illness for over 1 year. He says he is not a caretaker and that she should get one. With this, he leaves the hospital ward. He effectively breaks up with her, causing her to chase after him in her sorry state. But he doesn't change his mind. After a successful surgery, Maisie drives Laura to her childhood home as Jacob wants nothing to do with her. Maisie tries to cheer Laura up and promises that she will be by her side every minute of every day. As soon as Maisie finishes that sentence, she leaves as she's late for an event. Laura feels dreadfully alone, and she painfully tries to cope in the following days. One time as she's playing the piano, she revisits memories of her time with Jacob. When things were apparently good, Jacob, being a playwright, wrote a phenomenal script with her help. Then he asked her to be the lead of his Broadway show, House of Good Women, to which she happily agreed. Her memories and tears are interrupted by strange noises from upstairs. The strange sounds scare her so much that she sleeps on the couch downstairs for the night. Maisie visits her the next day and tells her Jacob has given the lead part to another woman. Laura has expected that he would at least keep his last promise to her and is pained by the betrayal. She starts texting and begging Jacob, but he never replies. She is suddenly interrupted by the strange sounds from before, this time involving growls and snarls. But this time she steels herself and climbs up the stairs. She ultimately finds that a monster lives in her closet upstairs. At first she is extremely terrified to the point of losing consciousness. When she comes to, he demands that she leave immediately. But after her pleas, he extends the time to 2 weeks. The two begin to bond in an unusual way, and it's endearing, even comical to watch. It is revealed that monsters and Laura's history goes way back to her childhood. One day, she is reading the script for House of Good Women and is contemplating whether to go for the auditions uninvited. Monster convinces her to go and to try out, particularly for the main role, which Jacob had originally written for Laura to star as. Laura manages to get in, but the discouragement from Jacob's presence and his fellow casting directors gets to her. She goes home and cries to Monster about how she feels like a failure. Monster comforts her. They spend time practicing stage acting. When Monster performs a romantic monologue, it seems he is addressing Laura directly. The duo are clearly more drawn to each other. Just then, a call from Jacob comes in. He tells Laura that she doesn't get the part, but a famous actress, Jackie Denon, does. He also tells her that though Maisie did not audition, she is given a supporting role. He then half-heartedly offers that Laura understudy Jackie. Laura swallows her pride and accepts. As soon as the call ends, Laura feels something akin to rage, but she doesn't know how to express it. Monster helps her out by offering her the chance to trash their house. Smashing plates and throwing food helps Laura feel better. As the duo rests, they converse. It is implied that Laura's 2 weeks are up and that it is time for her to move out of the house as per their agreement. But Monster tells Laura to stay if that's what she wants. Of course that is what she wants, and she stays, and they get to bond some more. The following day, Laura struggles to watch Jacob's and Jackie's apparent flirtations during rehearsals. At the end of the rehearsal, the actors are all invited for a Halloween party the following Saturday. She finds solace at home with Monster, and then she invites him to a Halloween party hosted by the theater, but he refuses. They have a small fight about it and part ways on a sad note. Monster later arrives and dances with Laura among the other partygoers, but their fun is cut short when Laura discovers Jacob knocking boots with a woman, presumably Jackie. She is pained, and Monster does not like this. Using his powers, Monster scares Jacob towards a nearby trapdoor that opens and drops him to the floor below. Jacob badly injures his arm. As they leave the building immediately, Laura tells Monster that she is not pleased with the stunt he pulled and that it's not good. Monster gives her reasons why his act of vengeance is okay. He details the fact that even though Laura supported Jacob, Jacob abandoned her at the first chance he got and crushed her dreams on his way out. Monster tells her that she has every right to feel mad, and Laura slowly gives in to his reasoning. As they talk things through, the moment gets heated, and they kiss. They take the fireworks party home and do the deed. The horizontal event is especially feral as both parties grunt, growl, and snarl at each other, all while having some good loving. At the end of the Hunger Games, the duo express their satisfaction. As the days go by, they spend more time together and gradually fall in love. Their relationship has a positive effect on Laura as she becomes more confident and learns to speak up for herself. One time, Jacob is bad-mouthing Jackie during rehearsals. Jackie has learned from a castmate about Jacob and Laura's past and is struggling to perform on stage. While Jacob is berating Jackie, Laura comes to her defense. Laura tells Jacob to lay off and gives him a piece of her mind. In the next scene, when Maisie tries to downplay Jacob's bad attitude, Laura confronts her for being a bad friend who barely does the bare minimum. Maisie points out that Laura is alone without any other friends, family, or boyfriend. Maisie warns Laura to watch her mouth, or else their friendship will end. Maisie then walks away. It is unclear how Laura feels about this. Laura meets Jacob that evening to discuss the rehearsal debacle. Here, she pours her heart out. She tells him that she still loves him and places him on a high pedestal. She tells him that she still cares. She says that she wishes she didn't and begs him to tell her how to stop loving him, because he himself moved on from her so quickly and effortlessly, even though they had been together for 5 years. The moment gets heated, and they kiss and hook up in his office. But after getting it on, Jacob breaks the news that Laura has been removed from the production because she is a liability. With this, he walks away, leaving Laura shell-shocked. Laura then remembers her appointment with Monster. She and Monster had set their date for 8 p.m. that night, and because she was meeting with Jacob, she stood Monster up. Laura returns home to find Monster in the closet. She discovers his hidden home, filled with articles of her clothes and other items, such as teddy bears taken over the years. He assumes that she'd missed their date because rehearsal ran late, and so he isn't offended. But he quickly realizes that she can't look him in the eye. He inquires about this, and at first she is evasive, but she then tells him about the terrible day she's had, and finally reveals the hookup to him. This angers Monster greatly. When he asks why she would go and do something like that, her response is that she doesn't know. He points out to her that Jacob doesn't love her and he never has. He states that Jacob doesn't love her in the way that she deserves. Laura is defensive and accuses him of not knowing anything about love because he's a monster and has always been hiding. Monster reveals that he loves her and hasn't been hiding. He recounts other occasions during Laura's life when he tried to help her, but she barred him in the closet out of fear. He tells her that without him, she is a pathetic wimp to be trampled upon by the world. Laura tells him that he is disgusting, horrible, and has ruined her life. She leaves in a huff and shuts the closet. Laura then has flashbacks of the past. She has had a similar fight with Monster when they were kids. She apologizes to Monster and opens the closet again out of regret, only to find that he has disappeared and has left no trace of himself. Upon this discovery, Laura cries out and begs that he shouldn't go, that he should not leave her. She begs him to come back and apologizes over and again. A few days later, during a hospital visit, Laura is declared cancer-free, but she does not delight in the news. She is at a loss for what to do next, as she feels incomplete without Monster. Upon Laura's return home, she meets Jackie, who thanks Laura for sticking up for her during rehearsals. Jackie then apologizes to Laura for messing around with Jacob considering the circumstances. But Laura shrugs it off and says that people hook up all the time. It is here that Jackie clarifies that she has never had intimate relations with Jacob, and that he has only been flirty with her, and that since he was her boss, she just had to kind of go along with it. As the women converse, Jackie shows solidarity with Laura. She questions Jacob's sanity, because no sane or decent person will treat Laura the way Jacob did. Jackie also states that Jacob should not be allowed to get away with this stunt, but Laura is not so confident that he will be caught. The two women then make plans for Laura to take Jackie's place as lead role in the play's premiere. While sneaking into the building, Laura catches Jacob and Maisie hooking up. Maisie then follows Laura to the dressing room to apologize. Maisie comes up with every excuse under the sun. She tries to play the victim, bawling her eyes out, but Laura would have none of this and chases her away. Laura then stares into a mirror intensely, and it is clear that she is undergoing some form of transformation. As the curtains open, Laura appears on stage and performs, to Jacob's shock and rage. Since Laura knows the part by heart, she effortlessly plays it, and the current anger swirling on her inside helps her bring such authenticity to the character she plays. Her performance receives positive reception from the audience, but Jacob is visibly upset, and he trashes things backstage. He then chases all the actors away in a bid to confront her alone. Meanwhile, Laura's rage builds up to the point where she snaps the stage prop in her hands into two. When Jacob confronts Laura, she asks him how long he had been cheating on her. He quickly changes the topic and tells her that she's ruining his debut opening night. He points out that highly revered critics are present, and she is placing his head on the chopping block. He says that she is destroying everything that he has worked for, and accuses her of being jealous and selfish. She warns him to watch his mouth, but he ignores her and keeps ranting. The monster then appears from the shadows and tears Jacob's throat open. Monster and Laura lovingly reunite and kiss. Immediately after this, the curtains open, and a blood-stained Laura performs a final song. At the end, Monster is absent from the stage, revealing that he is actually Laura's inner monster and has always been a part of her. The crowd panics over the sight of Jacob's corpse as Laura smiles and growls.